afternoon, South Africa. Welcome to Afternoon Express. My name is Palisa Tembe, and it is Friday. It is the weekend. It's time to kick off those shoes, put your feet up, and absolutely enjoy the afternoon with us. Now, every Friday, we bring you the country's top-notch movers and shakers in the world of entertainment, and today is no different. We meet the founder of Duma Collective and marketing guru, Usibu Mabena. We chat to her about her influence behind some of South Africa's most premium events. We also meet up with up-and-coming musical duo Thesis ZA, who are most known for singing about the Femme experience. Plus, we catch up with biokineticist and author Letseho Zulu to chat about her autobiographical memoir of dealing with the loss of her husband, Ugugu. Join the conversation on our social media platforms and tell us which two South African artists you would put together to create the ultimate music duo. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page. Now, our first guests, Peter and John, are crazy talented twin duo known as PJ Twins. Growing up in the Cape Flats has inspired them to push through and make a name for themselves. After their success in popular talent show, they've been booked and busy, trust me, and I feel so lucky to have them in the studio today. Here's a snippet of what you can expect a little later on the show from the talented duo.
I know that when you look at me, there's so much that you just don't see. Oh, a guy who's scared sometimes, who isn't always wrong. Get to see the hurt in me. I feel so all alone. I wanna run to you. I wanna run to you. Would you hold me in your arms and keep me safe from harm? I wanna run to you.
Gentlemen, please do join me. I mean, if you have any questions for P&H Twins, definitely do head over to our social media, connect with us, and remember to use the hashtag Afternoon Express in all of your comments. P&H Twins, Pete and John, an incredible talent, of course, bringing us music, bringing us twinning, bringing us winning. Welcome to the loft.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are incredible. No, look, yeah, hugs all around, hugs all around. Gentlemen, you have come from such an incredible background. I mean, born and raised in the Cape Flats, you've defied all odds and you've said, we're going to make a name for ourselves regardless.
Most definitely.
How touching is it to be standing with your brother here today?
Wow, it's amazing.
I think it's always amazing, you know, we twins, we share a very close bond. We were born on the same day,
and we
just
have the
10
same
minutes
dream.
apart. So it's always amazing to share a stage with John, man.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Absolutely. And you are sharing the same dream, as John said.
Yeah.
What is that dream? How does it look like? And starting from growing up where you did, where things weren't kind of the creamiest or the most beautiful, but you turned it into your own beautiful story.
Most definitely, I think since we were like the age of 6, we were like, no, that's not the direction that we are heading in life. So we just stayed positive and just focused on doing what we do best.
Yeah, and I think growing up in a place like Bonteheuwel, which is one of the most highest crime rate areas. For us, seeing what drugs and gangsterism does to most of the young people out there, we just try to stay focused, and I think music has played that big part for us.
Staying focused has to do a lot with your inspirations and things that drive you and lead you forward daily. What have been some of your inspirations, and what would you say you're the most thankful for?
Wow. Thankful for, number one, for the gift that we got from God,
The voice.
firstly.
The beautiful.
And secondly, we're succeeding in what we love to do. So at the end of the day, now we started our own organization called Awareness Foundation Trust,
Yes.
where we can give back to the community and help other young kids that grew up in the same circumstances that we did, you know? So,
I
yeah.
mean, Pete, as I was saying just now, I'm so thankful for your voices, so thankful for the strong stance that you're making with those voices
thanks.
in your community. What type of work do you do with the Aware Foundation?
Away Foundation. Yeah, definitely a cool name. So we do reading classes. I feel that reading, what we find with lots of, you know, the kids out there, and not only just the kids, there's a lot of grown-ups out there, you know, that are struggling with reading. So, and that is a thing that we find that's very important, especially in the colored communities, in our own communities, you know. So we've got about 30 kids that we work with from 9 till about 1 o'clock. So our classes run from 9 till 11, and then we just do, like, you know, some fun games. We do some Saturdays we just give them a braai. We have them like a movie day or whatever. So that is what we do, and we play some games and sports with them.
Life is about balance, and you two not only balance each other out, but balance out your communities. So we've head on to our online community, and we've asked you if you've got any questions for PJ Twins. And we've got Betty here who asks, the talented twins. Well, my question is, what keeps them going in the entertainment industry? And what advice do you have for someone who doesn't know the ins and outs?
So the advice that I would give, you know, it's really tough out there in the music industry. It's, you know, it takes hard work, it takes dedication. So just stay focused, stay in your element, own your craft, and, you know, just go for it, man.
Absolutely. Do not let anything hold you back. Shout out to you, Betty, for asking that question. We have Tando Lamini who asks, you decided to work together, and it has worked because we've seen something beautiful and we've heard some amazing things from the both of you. Working as a team has its pros and cons. Do you experience any of those? And have you ever thought of splitting? What more can we expect?
I don't think that we would ever split because, I mean, we love each other so much, and firstly. Secondly, yes, there's a lot of arguments that comes with and disagreements when it comes
I would
to our
call
craft.
it disagreements.
When it comes to our craft, but at the end of the day, we have the same vision, the same goal, so...
Yeah, we always tend to find that balance anyway, you know, and we just gel together and work together.
Right, Tando, you heard it here first. They came into this world together and they'll continue in the music industry together. We have Fiona Lees who says, I just love it when our talented Cape Townians also join the Afternoon Express family. Would you like to say anything to Fiona?
Fiona, we love you.
Thanks so much, Fiona. Thank you for showing us love. Thank you for showing us support. We really appreciate it. And to everyone that's watching, it is really nice to be on the show today. We are having an awesome time, and we hope to come back soon.
Well, of course, we're going to have to come back as you guys continue to release fire after fire. Thank you for joining us. And I am certainly looking forward to that performance later on in the show because we are running to you with open arms, welcoming you home. After the break, we meet up-and-coming performer duos Thesis ZA. See you after the break. welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, the LG G8S ThinQ is LG's flagship product. It brings together everything that you would expect from a flagship smartphone with several innovative features that set it apart. Now, one of our favorites, the time of flight sensor. LG's new time of flight sensor means that this is the most secure face lock on an Android device. The Z camera housed inside the notch can properly map out your face. With this, the LG G8 ThinQ can only accurately recognize your face, but not and basically spoof-free. It absolutely cannot be budged. So unlike other Android flagships, you can't trick LG's G8 ThinQ with a simple picture. Now, gentlemen, you two are twins, right? But I bet you this phone cannot unlock Pete's face, and Pete's face cannot unlock John's phone. And I'm going to take it a step further for you, gents. You guys have a huge picture of me, right?
Yeah.
I have programmed my face onto the phone. So let's try see if it's going to unlock using not a life size, but a big enough portrait of myself. Okay, let's try it out.
I want to see this.
See? Not
So,
unlocked.
nothing.
Now let me try
Nothing
it with
to
my
do.
face. Just like that, it's unlocked.
Wow.
Chic.
I definitely need to get that.
Basically, y'all cannot be stealing each other's phones, and no one can steal my phone either. Now, LG's G8S ThinQ is modern, state-of-the-art smartphone.
That's
It
great.
has speedy performance, a bright 6.1-inch display, good battery life, and retains the headphone jack and SD card slot, which many people do prefer, me being many people. Available in several colors, the G8S is sure to impress.
Yeah.
I got the super stuff, they won't hear a sound. I'm on another level, you're going down. I got that master plan.
Now, after 2 years of developing a unique jazz and Xhosa folk music fusion, Ayanda and Ondela formed Thesis ZA. The duo has graced a bevy of notable lists, including the Mail and Guardian Top 200 Young People of 2019, as well as OK Africa's 15th South African artists to watch. Now, we get to find out all about what all the buzz is. So if you've got any questions for Thesis ZA, hop over to our social media and remember to use the hashtag Afternoon Express in all of your comments. Welcome to studio, ladies.
Thank you so much.
It is so lovely to have you. I mean, hearing you warm up during sound check gave me goosebumps. It just made me feel like, yeah, this is what I need to experience on a Friday. But you've got such a curious name, Thesis ZA. How did you come up with the name?
My goodness. Randomly, I kind of dreamt it, and I thought it belonged to somebody else. And when I searched, I realized it didn't. And it just made so much sense when you started to think about it, what it means to, what a thesis is and what a dissertation is. It comes from, years of learning and thinking about something. And I think our sound is a result of that. We've taken just through the course of our lives a lot of time and effort into understanding what we like and the kind of sound that we want to produce.
Well, ladies, congratulations. You have made the Mail and Guardian Top 200 Young People to look out for in 2019. That is such a huge feat, especially for ladies that are entering the industry who are relatively still new and people that we need to learn about. So within learning about you, how did it all start?
I mean, we met at UCT. We were both studying very different things. I was studying jazz at the South African Music College, and she was studying media. We lived in the same res, though, and so she desperately needed somebody to perform at one of the res events.
I was culture rep at the time.
Me too. I went to Rhodes and I was entertainment and cultural rep.
So that means
Naturally.
Yes, so we met there. She needed someone really urgently. I helped her out one night, and then the gigs just never stopped coming.
Yeah.
Literally. That's
I
the
believe
story.
if something's meant to be, it will always be. You can't stop it, you can't hinder it. It might come to you in a dream or by chance.
Yeah.
Ladies, you write, perform your own music. How does the process look like? Is it very collaborative? Or is there like a dictator?
Extremely.
Extremely collaborative. I think the reason why we actually just went onto the journey of writing together was because we knew just how authentic and organic the writing experience between the two of us was. It happens very quickly sometimes, and sometimes it takes a bit of time. But I think the commonality through all of it is that, for example, let's say Ayanda thinks of lyrics.
Yes.
The chords come just as quickly.
Yeah,
And then we
to
kind of just know that it's okay, it's meant to be. This is what it
Yeah.
is. And so it I think it
Yeah.
goes far beyond just the two of us. It feels like something that was just supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And
And
we're
we're
lucky we
just
found each
vessels.
other. And so it's very authentic. It's very organic. It's a great partnership.
It does look like a true partnership. There's no Beyonce, there's no Michelle. You coming together, celebrating each other, it being Women's Month. What would you love to see happening, not only in the music industry in South Africa, but as a whole, as a country?
So I think, this is what we really highlighted, especially in our Mail and Guardian profile, was that as much as we love what's happening in the industry in terms of diversification and, people are becoming more and more confident in being independent
Yeah.
artists, I think when I look back at where we come from as a country in this space, there was a really, really strong culture of songwriting. And I think we've lost that. And
And
there was
musicians owning the music.
and
that they-
owning
that
the
they sing.
music that
Yeah.
you write and you perform. And I think we need to get back to that place where people own what they make, you know what I mean? And they make money off of it for years to come. And that's what we're really trying to advocate for, is more songwriters and more access into the spaces
Beautiful.
for those songwriters. That's, I think, for me, that's my biggest
Absolutely. Powerful
challenge.
woman with such a powerful message. And that powerful message is definitely fed through to your music. And people that definitely want to connect with you is our social media. And online, we've asked you if you've got any questions for Thesis ZA. We've got Cindy Williams, who asks, do they feel pressured by, example, sponsors or record companies to do songs in English? Or are they free to sing and perform their home languages in isiXhosa?
Well, the nice thing about how we work is that we've chosen to be independent. We're very deliberate about not having big companies and big names behind us trying to maybe sort of guide us in a way that is more financially motivated than
Yes.
quality and creatively motivated. So we don't have that problem.
But I'm sure that is difficult.
It is, of
Everything
course.
comes with its
Yeah.
own challenges and hurdles. How have you been able to push through as independent artists?
I think it's in the quality, honestly, and that's not even, that's for me.
Girl, you
it's
can
the
hype
easy-
yourself up. It's okay.
I'm
It's
not
cool.
even trying to. I think if something is good enough, people will sit and invest in it. And I think that's how we've gotten as far as we have so far, because I think we're very protective of what we own and what we make. And so even in potential deals that may come in the future, we're also just very deliberate about what type of deals we will be taking, because
Beautiful.
we want to own
Yes.
everything that we have, so that it can live far beyond us and it can be used for the right motivations. And so
Love that.
It does
Quality.
take patience and hard work, though. Like that's
Underlying.
easy way.
Underlie, highlights, italics.
Yeah.
Ukanyisa asks, I just want to know how they are so amazing. And those voices truly are amazing. Kanyisa, let me tell you, I heard it myself.
Thank you, Kayisa. I mean, what does that mean? Like, how do you answer that
I
question?
don't know how you answer that question.
Just say, Mama, I was born with it. I got it.
A little bit of God. A little bit of God.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So we've got our last one here from Utando Dlamini. And Tando says, good day, ladies. There are so many Xhosa singers right now in our music industry, and they're doing so well. What makes you different, and what inspires you to sing in the genre that you do? What inspires you to write all the wonderful songs that you do?
Wow, that's kind of a two-pronged question.
Yeah,
isn't
it is.
I guess I'll answer the first bit. First of all, we don't intend to be different. We just want to do, because we understand that what we have, no one else has. So I wouldn't say that it's necessarily a conscious effort to be different. We just know that we are. Our very experiences, our tastes, and even just, our kinds of creativity. I'm
Yeah.
someone who's very lyrically based and kind of visually as well. And Ndela is extremely she sees the music with her eyes. I think
Melodical.
and so I just think we are different. Like, we don't really have to, there's no plan to be different. I think you'll hear with the music that the song we're going to sing later on, we're very classically influenced.
Yeah.
And that we find, I think we sew the Xhosa folk music and the classical elements in so well together in a way that I don't think is out there right now.
Absolutely. Your gift is your uniqueness, your authenticity, and staying true, staying real, and the audience is definitely resonating with that. Now, Thesis ZA lights up the studio with an energetic performance after the break. Plus, we make a delicious stuffed cheesy treats with Chef Aya. And later on, we meet the founder of Duma Collective, Usibu Mabena. See you after the break.
Checking mic. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2.
1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. And you also just raise it from because
You look great. This one works.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, having toured countries like Germany and Switzerland, Thesis ZA are gaining major popularity all over the world, performing a song called Sondela Kum, which simply means come close to me. Take it away, ladies.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
What a delicious treat in music. And now we're getting more delicious in the kitchen. Now we're about to take easy peasy and best of all cheesy things that take just a minute to make. Our cheese stuffed croquettes are no exception, and not only to mention Moorish. So if you would love to try this over the weekend, SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get the recipe. SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. Chef Aya, do you have goosebumps?
I don't.
You don't?
I'm just happy.
You're just happy.
Happy Friday now.
I'm happy that it's Friday. I'm happy with the music. And most of all, I'm happy for this food. So how do we get into this croquettes recipe?
All right, I'll show you how to make this using our beautiful macho cheddar from Clover. So you have to make sure first your mash. Everyone knows how to make mash. Tell me you know how to make mash.
I know how to make
all
mash.
Right, cool.
Simple. Boil them,
So I've got mash here. What you want to do is you just add parsley to it to just give it that beautiful color. And then salt and pepper, because life is nothing also without salt and pepper.
You got to add that seasoning. Okay.
So what you want to do, this like you have to use your hands and get dirty in it. This is my best part of this.
Having fun with your food.
Yeah, I mean, so what you want to do, you want to create a nice ball in your hand for this. This is how you want to stuff the cheese.
Let me try make my own as well, along with you, Chef Aya. At home, if you're following along with this recipe, SMS the keyword Clover to 33650.
And look how simple that is.
Okay.
So what you want, after this, you put them in the fridge to set for like 30 minutes because you want them to hold, and when you are frying them, they don't ooze out. They can only ooze out when you're eating them.
Okay.
So I've got ones that are already done here.
Brilliant.
So what you want to do, you want to crumb them now using our Woolies crust.
Okay.
Some panko breadcrumbs. These are beautiful. These will give you that nice crunchiness at the end of the day. So what you want to do, you want to dip it in flour. So make sure you season your flour with salt, just to have that outer layer of flavor.
Yeah. Funny story about crunch. Croquettes actually means little crunch.
Yeah.
So the proof is in the pudding and it is in the name. We are having so much crunch this weekend and that cheesy ooziness that Clover does provide.
So this is what you do. If you want to, you can double crumb it. There's nothing wrong with that.
All right, Chef Aya, looking good. And we have to make sure that our oil is
Yeah,
already
make sure
hot.
your oil is like on medium heat. Because what's going to happen is you're going to put it down there and then it's going to burn so quickly, and you don't want that to happen.
Oh, so it has to be a medium
heat, yeah.
Okay.
So look at this now.
Gorgeous.
So I'm just going to do one, and we've done some already earlier on, and you're just going to pass me that and we start plating.
Okay, let's start plating. So we can also use whichever dipping sauce that we like.
You can use whatever. I mean, like we created our own tomato sauce today. So
Chef Aya, you know how to make tomato sauce
everyone
from
knows
scratch?
how to make tomato sauce. I'll teach you next time.
That could be our next recipe,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And then we just start plating it beautifully.
Stunning.
Actually,
So these are,
you can start breaking one and just see.
so these
the
are
idea
perfect
of
whether
it.
you are entertaining, whether you're having something.
Like a
Ooh,
finger
look
bite.
at that.
And
These
then you
look
just serve this with a
delicious.
beautiful sauce.
Stunning, Chef Aya. Thank you. There's that cheese coming through.
Exactly.
There's that gooiness. Cheers to you. Ngiyabonga. Happy
missed out.
Friday.
Happy Friday to you.
SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe sent to your device. But just in case you missed any of the steps, watch this.
Made with love by Clover.
Usibu Mapena has worked as a brand coordinator for some of the biggest companies in South Africa. After being headhunted to become the operations manager for a social media agency, she helped grow it from 1 million rand grossing business to a 10 million rand grossing business in just under, get this, 6 months. She now owns her very own creative communications agency called Duma Collective, which is behind some of the biggest music concerts in the country. Now, if you've got any questions for Rusibu, connect with us online and remember to use the hashtag Afternoon Express in all of your comments. Welcome to the Loft, Sibu. It's so lovely to have you.
Thanks, Melissa. Really great to be here.
So I really want to pick your brain on how you made the jump as a dancer initially to now running and owning your own agency.
So what dancing really helped me with was exposing me to really big events. We competed internationally, competed nationally. I was in the hip-hop dancing space, so part of the SA dance team. People don't know that exists, but there is an actual SA hip-hop dancing team.
Wow.
And we really got to see what happens in other countries, how other people work, how events are supposed to look, and that really enticed me into wanting to do that for our own country and feeling like my people should be exposed to these kind of things. So at the age of 16, I was already feeling like I want to be part of doing big things and big events. So I asked to intern at one of the biggest dance competitions in SA, which was called Masters of Rhythm at the time.
Yes, throwback. Take me back, girl.
Yes, all the crumping, you got served, all of that was influencing us. And by asking to be behind the scenes, I was really just asking to see how I can be a part of bringing this to my people. And that's kind of how I made the jump from being on stage to being behind the scenes. There was a guy called Jay Kayembe who was like, girl, it's fine. You don't always have to be seen. You could be the one creating opportunities for other people who are maybe more talented than you to be able to make money. So there's more power in being behind the scenes sometimes than there is being on stage.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of how I made the jump, by accepting that I don't have to be I don't have to do everything. There are other lanes that I can create, other avenues, so that I can also hold some kind of power in my own way.
What has it been about getting behind the camera, getting behind the scenes, behind the stage, allowing you to position yourself and the narrative that you run?
You know, there's so much value being put on the people that you see, right? The celebrities, the artists, the performers, and all of that value is created by people. So there are so many talented people in the world, but who is the one creating the platforms for these talented people to be able to perform, to monetize their talents? And I think that's, whilst they are powerful in their own right, if it wasn't for the people behind the scenes, their talent wouldn't have anywhere to live. So understanding that you don't have to be the one that's seen to be the one that's calling the shots is quite powerful, I would say, because it positions you to be able to do more for other people and not just yourself, but still being able to monetize what you're able to do.
Absolutely. And you've done that so effortlessly. I think for us looking on the outside, it looks like it's just been smooth sailing. You've just been making this money. You've been helping companies make money and grow. What are some of the challenges that you came across?
I think being able to profile myself so that people could understand what it is I do, what value do I bring to the table. You know, you get to, as a young person, firstly, you get into spaces that people have been working for a very long time. So it becomes difficult to fight your way through the establishment. And then, you know, I get asked about being a female in the industry. That's not really the biggest challenge for me, because what I have to say has value. And I got to understand that at a very early stage in my game. So it wasn't that, oh, I'm a female in a boys' club. It was, how do I package what I have to say in a manner that these people will find value and then give me a seat at the table. And now I've got seats at many tables. Now I'm trying to open up that privilege or those opportunities to other people. So it's also getting clients to understand that it's not just me anymore. I actually have a business. I have 7 employees, and these are people that you need to give a chance as well, because what we do isn't something we've learned in textbooks.
No.
You know, there are things that we've learned at varsity and how to do things, but give us a chance to be at the table as well and add our contributions, and you'll see that there is value in what we're saying, because we're talking from a point of knowledge.
Absolutely. Sibu, what do you think for you is the most powerful point of running your own business? Is it empowering your employees? Is it being able to give back? Or is it being able to stand up and say, I did that? Wow, pat on the back.
I think what wakes me up in the morning is the fact that there are 7 other people that work with me. And beyond those 7 people, there are suppliers who are on retainers. And beyond the suppliers who are on retainers, we work with hundreds of young people that we pay on a monthly basis to help us do what we say we do, which is communicate brand messages.
Yes.
So it's beyond me. And my team is incredible. I have a really great team of people, and because they're so passionate, I have to supersede their passion as well.
Wow.
So it's
Oh, that's challenging.
it is, but you know, when you look at someone who's graduated because she pays her own fees because she has a salary, or someone who buys themselves a car because they have a salary, or someone who's able to contribute to, you know, the expenses at home, or get a new place, or something like that, that's because I've been blessed enough to find a way to monetize my passion and be
Yes.
able to give people an opportunity to have fun and make money at the same time.
Well, Sibo, I like to say no man is an island. We all need
Fact.
our community around us.
Yeah.
And we are nothing as Afternoon Express without our viewers at home. And we've been asking them, do you have any questions for Usibu? We've got Itumeleng on Twitter who says, you are goals. I love to see strong, educated women doing the most. Independence is so sexy. Do you have anything to say to Itumeleng?
I really do. Hey, Tumi. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for recognizing that a person can work hard and make it look cool, because hard work can get you what you want. And also just my independence isn't because of being one person on an island. There is a tribe. There are lots of people who are behind us. Like a big shout out to Maki, who's one of our clients, and she's so passionate about empowering us as a young Black agency. So I really implore people to explore collaboration, explore working with other people, because that's what helps you become independent.
Ooh. Said like a true superstar. We've got Shireen Abrahams who asks, who firstly says, hi, what made you decide to follow this journey in your life? It must be difficult to choose with all the parts, being so talented.
I mean, I did take a job. I was employed. I worked for MTV and MTV Base for a couple of months, and then I worked for a social media agency for a couple of months, and all of that was great, but I was earning a salary for myself. And I figured, you know, I want to do more for other people and have many opportunities to do things for people. So the whole thing around taking that step was, can I do it? And the answer was, why not? So that's what happened.
Why not? I'm so glad that you answered the calling, because not only your inspiration to myself, but to all of our viewers at home. Thank you for joining us, Sibu.
Thank you guys for having me. This is a really great platform.
Beautiful message, and happy Women's Month.
Yay, thank you.
Now, after the break, we catch up with biokineticist and author Litseho Zulu. Such a powerhouse. See you after the break.
Hi, my name is Simphiwe Ngema and I play Pindile Shezi on Isidingo. And you could be joining me on Tropica Island of Treasure. Buy Tropica and follow the instructions on the bottle. Take a video of yourself and tell us why you would be my ideal partner. Then upload it on all the social media platforms, your Twitter, your Instagram, and your Facebook using the hashtag TIOT9. Come find your smooth fame and fortune on Tropica Island of Treasure carousel.
Introducing the official judging panel for the highly anticipated new reality series, The Next Brand Ambassador, starting 15th August.
Brand ambassador means living the brand.
It's all about understanding a brand and taking it to the next level.
It's about ensuring that the brand and the consumer are always in amazing dance.
Live better with The Next Brand Ambassador. Starts 15th of August on SABC3. The stage is yours. Proudly brought to you by Capitec.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and thank you so much for choosing us this Friday afternoon. Now, just 3 years ago, the lives of Letshego Zulu and her family changed forever when her beloved husband, uGugu, passed away tragically on Mount Kilimanjaro. After mourning her husband, Letshego has released an autobiographical memoir titled I Choose to Live, Life After Losing Gugu. Now, if you have any questions for Letshego, connect with us on our social media platforms. And remember to use the hashtag Afternoon Express in all of your comments. Welcome back to Afternoon Express.
Thank you for having me.
I believe the last time we had you were still in the process of writing this book. I cannot believe it is in our hands.
Yeah, complete.
How does it feel?
It feels amazing to have completed this memoir for many reasons, you know, for our daughter, because there are beautiful letters to her at the back of the book, which are letters from our friends, our family members, and myself. Just, you know, for her to get a bigger picture of the type of person her dad was. You know, there's pictures as well in there. But also, you know, this for me is for so many people out there that are going through life's challenges, that get imprisoned by their challenges and forget that there's actually life to be lived. So, yeah, I'm happy that this is done now.
Happiness is definitely celebratory. We're celebrating you breaking free and saying, I'm going to tell my story. You spoke about your daughter who is young. I want to talk about baby Letshego, when you were also young, when you were 4 years old. How did your upbringing look like?
Sure. So I also suffered the same demise as our daughter. My dad passed away when I was 2 years old. And, you know, I don't remember much about my dad, which is a completely different narrative now for our daughter, you know. She still remembers her dad. Her dad passed away just after her first birthday. But, you know, for me, it's because I've kept his memory alive in her. Yeah.
How have you been able to do that? It seems like such a monumental task. I mean, how do you remind someone and keep entrenching such a huge personality and huge spirit that was uGugu?
You know, that 1 year that Gugu spent with our daughter, he was the world's best dad. I know as women out there, as wives, we'll always say that, you know, the husband is the world's best dad, but he actually was, to a point where our daughter still remembers him. You know, there are pictures of him and her all over her bedroom walls. She looks at this book and she says, there's daddy, mommy and me as a baby.
Wow.
You know, and this is 3 years later. So it hasn't actually been a very difficult thing to do. It's just daddy's there. You know, there are pictures of him all over the house.
Your daughter seems to be such a trooper and so strong in dealing with the loss. How have you dealt with the loss, it being 3 years after his death?
Sure. Prayer, support from friends, family, South Africans at large, really. You know, 3 years down the line, I still get stopped in traffic if I'm out for a run, people hooting at me to say, oh my gosh, we love you. To, you know, the random person in a supermarket who will just come up to me and give me a hug. So the love and the support has been absolutely amazing, and that's part of the reason why I'm still standing today.
And when you get home, after all of the celebration, all the outpouring of love, which I'm sure you feel, in those moments of isolation, when it's quiet all around you, and you miss his voice, and you miss that body next to you, what do you tell yourself then?
Sure. You know, that goes hand in hand with acceptance, which I made a conscious effort to do very early on, to accept that he's no longer here in body, you know, but in spirit, he's with us all the time. So it's just that mental shift to accept that he's no longer there. So I don't even take myself I don't take myself there, because then I'll go around in circles and never really be able to heal and continue choosing to live life.
I would love to end this off with just a little bit of like a reading from your book. I think it's always so beautiful as we're reviewing books to just get a bit of a taste of what our viewers can expect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to read from chapter 22, which I titled I Choose to Live. And this is related to when I went back to Kilimanjaro a year later after losing him. I've written here, after I returned from Kilimanjaro, everyone has the same question on their lips. Did your trip bring you closure? No, I tell them, but it brought me more peace. These conversations often leave me wondering what is meant by closure. Nothing is closed for me. It's not as if I can forget about the past and move on. In fact, I've done precisely the opposite. I've opened myself up to all of life's experiences, including my personal process of dealing with my loss. In doing so, I've increasingly found greater peace and created the space for joy, excitement, wonder, and love. What I did gain from my return trip to Tanzania was a sense of completion with regards to Kilimanjaro and a greater ability to continue living my life to the full.
And living you are. Our viewers at home have questions for you, and I have to get to them. You've asked Letego so many questions, and I've got one here from Ubuitsoko who says, wow. First of all, what a strong woman. I would just love to know, how is she holding up since the passing of her husband? And what does she wish for her daughter?
Sure, how am I holding up? It's a bit of a tricky question because, you know, a good 2 to 2.5 years ago, I decided to accept that Gugu has passed away and that, yes, his life came to an end, but I'm still standing here and I'm still breathing.
Hallelujah.
So I need to live life. Yes, I haven't forgotten about him. We live with him in spirit on a daily basis. And it's just that mental shift and that acceptance and that choice to live life because his life came to an end and mine hasn't. And we still have a daughter that I have to raise. So we are living life.
As you say, your housemates, no longer your daughter. The powerhouse that is your daughter.
Yeah.
We've got Utaleta who just says, I love you. And then we've got another one from Upinki Pinky who says, how I just love the soul. Everyone is pouring out that love and it is continuing to grow and build, and we're feeling it. Absolutely. Thank you for coming through. So we need to kick off the weekend with a performance from PJ Twins after the break. Stay right there.
My name is Pesi Khivazi. I'm a TV presenter. You might recognize me from Selima Tunzi. To join me on the island to find fame and fortune, all you have to do is go buy yourself a bottle of Tropica and follow all the entry details. Take a video of yourself explaining why you would be my ideal partner. All you have to do is hashtag TIOT9 and upload that on all of your social media platforms. Join me on the island and come find your smooth fame and fortune on Tropica Island of Treasure, Carousel.
One, two.
Two.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Performing a song called Run to You, the PJ Twins, ladies and gentlemen. Take it away.
Guarda vorreggia Martina questo un giorno che ricorderai alzati in fretta e vai c'è chi crede in te non ti arrendere. Once in every life there comes a time we walk out all alone and into the light. The moment one lasts, but then we'll remember it again when we close our eyes like stars across the sky. C'è la vincere, tu da vincere. We won't walk aside all about this because we believe. Guarda avanti noi, volgarti mai, accarezza con i sogni tuoi, per tu e sperare poi, verso il giorno schiederai, c'entra quanto no, like stars across the sky. Devi da vincere, tu da vincere. We won't walk aside all about this because we believe. Non arrenderti, qualcuno hai con
Absolutely stunning. Thank you so much to the PJ Twins for performing their song Because We Believe. Thank you to all of our guests. And guys, remember, on Monday, we're coming to you at a brand new time slot, 5 p.m. on Monday. See you then.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.